Hi there, my name is Per Zenstrom from the Lab Berlin. We build digital luxury. We're a creative digital agency based in Berlin. Today, I'd like to answer a question that a friend of mine, just recently wrote me in an email. How do you think that e-commerce has influenced the fashion system? And I thought about this for a second, and then I actually realized I think that's the wrong question. The question actually it's the wrong question because e-commerce is just one small aspect of the new information network or digital economy. You can choose how you call it. I mean, information economy, network economy, and the digital economy. It's kind of like the tip of the iceberg of a whole lot more, and I'd like to talk about that for a bit. Um, there are all these like new business models are emerging or have emerged because of this whole new economy. You heard about the lean startup or design thinking. Those models didn't exist before. The old linear industrial way of thinking of business is gone. You need to think in a new network economy way. I mean, the old way of thinking was I have X amount of 50,000 tons of steel. I have like 50,000 working hours. I'll make this amount of dollars. That way of thinking is gone. The new way of thinking is exponential. Um, Kevin Kelly, who I enjoy his writing very much, says that in the network economy, success is non-linear. It's exponential. It's explosive. Um, we now live on a true flat Earth. We're all hyper connected to each other. There's a very famous internal Facebook study which shows that within Facebook, which is a very big network, like 3 billion people, or is it 4 billion? I forgot. Within that context, within those 4 or 3 billion people, we're not separated by 6 degrees anymore. It's actually 4.2 connections that it takes to go from anyone to anyone else within that Facebook group. And that's astounding. Only 4 connections to reach anybody in the whole wide world. The new value in this economy lies in your connections, not in the things you produce or your products and your services. And again, Kevin Kelly talks about the first fax machine that rolled off, that was produced in around 1965. Despite millions of dollars spent on its research and development, it was worth nothing. The one first fax machine was worth $0. It was only when the second fax machine rolled off that made the first one worth anything. There was someone to fax to. Because fax machines are linked into a network, each additional fax machine sliding down the chute increases the value of all the fax machines operating before it. And okay, that's fax machines. Just think of apps like WhatsApp, the messaging app, who's winning, the messaging war. If there's no one else who's using that app is worthless because you can't. Who you gonna message to? Nobody. The more people are connected into a network, the value increases. And WhatsApp, that's a very good example of how that we all probably use even. So you have this sort of like funny thing that in linear industrial economy, scarcity was made something valuable. The fewer things you had of it, supply and demand, of course, the more valuable it became. Now it's the opposite. The more connections you have in a network, the more valuable the network becomes. That's new. The old barriers are gone. The old barriers of entry are gone. We can enter with virtually zero costs. The technology is easily accessible. Also, probably very 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 cheap. Probably maybe even for free, and that's brand new. We now have the new economy allows new players to enter and sometimes even dominate the market. This new network or digital economy allows us to ultra customize anything. I mean, we all know the sneakers that you can design yourself, and you have them delivered 2-3 weeks later, or you can design your own dress or your T-shirts or whatever. But it's not just in fashion, even in marketing, in storytelling, in advertising. The data that's being collected, the knowledge about the consumers through Google or Facebook makes it possible for people to ultra customize your message to them. And that's new. I mentioned the communication costs are approaching zero. It's doesn't cost anything to connect to anybody in the whole world, basically, and that's brand new. That's astounding. Many to many, it's a business model which is very it's a good place to be in if you're in a many to many sort of if you're a many to many platform, you're in a good spot. Facebook is a good example, connecting many people through Facebook to many other people, many through Facebook to many. Another way of thinking of this is kind of like e-commerce sites like the Corner connects many labels to many customers through a platform in the middle. And if you can do that, you're probably in a very good spot. We mentioned the democratization of the economy. Technology, communication, networking allows for new people, new organizations to enter the market, and consumers are increasingly powerful in this economy. You can't do business without the old way of doing business without thinking is gone. You need to be a good business. You need to do good today because consumers are watching you and they have a very, very strong voice, and they can shape you as an organization. And there's it's a kind of like a spin of that. We talk about prosumers, producers, consumers. Consumers are drawn into the process of creating services and products today by providing insight and providing even help. I mean, Lego is famous for the tribe of Lego fanatics who actually build things, come with suggestions, who improve on the products. And any smart business will make their consumers prosumers by allowing them into the design process of products and services. And that's brand new. Speed, the last thing I'm going to talk about. Today, everything is done in real time. If you have a problem, you expect an answer within half an hour on Twitter. That's how fast things are moving today. And I would like to go back to the question again and specifically zoom into on e-commerce again. How does e-commerce change the fashion system? And I will take speed as the jump-off point. Just think about the fashion cycles. Instead of just having 2 collections today, you have 4, 6, 8, maybe even 12 collections. Some labels, they turn out a tremendous amount of collections, and that's because of this of e-commerce. I forgot which brand it was now, but it was during New York Fashion Week last season, or maybe 2 seasons ago. This label had people shooting images backstage before the items hit the runway. Pictures were taken backstage, uploaded into the Twitter stream, and then published before things hit the runway. And people were able to pre-order those items even before they hit the runway. And that's absolutely incredible how fast things are going. So just to round off the whole thing, what we need to do today is to nurture a real digital culture within our organization. We need to employ a real digital mindset. And this video I think it's a good example of that, actually. Instead of, for example, I'm trying to find hidden value within my organization, within the Lab Berlin. I could have just answered the email with one simple email back. And that has a value. Anything you do in your organization has a value. And that little email back to my friend has a value. Bigger or smaller. I mean, different people put different values on things. But I chose to actually produce a little video and I'm leveraging tools like YouTube, cheap equipment and technology like this microphone, 19 euros, and internet connection and you know, zero cost of communication. So I'm leveraging those tools to amplify my message and reach more people and sort of get the story of the Lab Berlin out. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much.